Hi guys, hope everyone is doing well. Today's going to be a quick video as always. Items I've picked up recently. A buddy of mine, Adrian, posted this online and I was fascinated by it. It's a Butcher & Co. Very early British spanner with a very unusual mechanism and unusual teeth. And it's in Ron's book, but I didn't get another one. I didn't get off Ron, but I'm pretty sure he had one. Is this Butcher & Co. 12 inches, and this was a need, but not anymore. So that's fantastic. So it's a very early patent. I think the chap was around the 1860s to 1880s, and I've looked through it and I can't work out. It just says about his father, his mother, but it just goes on and on and on. But it doesn't seem to tell you this is the house where the items were made or where he lived. Lots of information, but it doesn't seem to say the manufacturer date. I'll have to look through my patent informations. But anyway, it's a very early 1900s or late 1900s adjustable spanner made in the UK. And here's the patent drawings. And I'll be able to figure out the patent date once I look through my patent drawings, and I'll be able to find it. So that was fantastic. And I was talking to Adrian and he said, I've got a few other items if you want to take a look. He's got this one here, which is a back rack spanner or slide spanner. So you can put the teeth obviously to here and then slide it to lock and pick your size. And obviously it's got multiple sizes. I do have a few of these, and the one I have of this size was a bit of a dog, and this is a wonderful example, so I was really pleased about that. I mean, I'll see if I can find the one. So this is the one which I had of the similar size. It's not quite the same, and I think this is off at the jaw seems to be off a smaller I don't know, and I don't think this is the original band, but anyway, I've got a much nicer example, a much more, I think this is just a piece of metal wrapped around it. But anyway, really pleased with that one, fantastic. And then this one here, yet again, I had one, and you can just make out it says Presto, PRSO, but this one is way more legible, lovely condition. Mine does have the spring, his is missing the spring. You can see there where the rivet's gone through for the spring. It's missing the spring, but overall it's got the patent pending on the back, Presto. So this is a much nicer example, so I was really pleased about that. Really nice, so that was great. The next one is a early cylinder wrench, but it's a wonderful British manufacturer. I do have a few, including one of these very nice wedge wrenches, and it's a fantastic manufacturer. So let's have a look. So it's very early, Ibbotson, Thomas Ibbotson, and it's 1850s to 1860s. I believe this one is in the US, but we have one of those now, so we can cross this one off and put a tick. So it's two new ones for the collection. Obviously it's a different size, but this is made in Sheffield, which you can see there, Ibbotson Brothers or Company, Sheffield, and it's a 10.5 inch. So that's a wonderful example. I do have a few Thomas Ibbotson and Company, or whatever how you pronounce it, Sheffield. I've got these two single bar coach wrenches, and I have the one wonderful back rack spanner, which is my finest back rack spanner. Really nice. So I was quite pleased with that. So that was another great addition to the collection. I do have this size already, but it's just nice to have one. So that'll go in the drawer with the Ibbotson Brothers. And then here, I think towards the end of this same book, features this thing here, which is another item I didn't get from Ron's, and this is a small sort of penknife with a wrench built into it, and that's kind of unusual. I do have a few of these. I have one what's like a fold out V-Lux, baby V-Lux in it, which is kind of cool. And then I've got like a plier multi-tool one. I've got like a simple penknife with a single spanner on it. And then I've got like I've got a couple of these French ones with all the gear on it as well, and the corkscrew. So this is a nice addition to the little penknife wrench collection. So I was quite pleased about that one. So overall, some good items from Adrian. I think Adrian finds really fantastic stuff, to be fair. I've had several items off him, off of eBay and off him directly, and I just think he's absolutely fantastic at finding treasure. So I was really quite pleased about that. And then I was chatting to my good buddy Alan, who's a magnificent collector, and I was looking at his pictures and I noticed he had a few of these, and I asked him the sizes, and this one I don't have the size, so he kindly sent it me. Thank you very much, Alan. And I sent him an identical one, but a slightly different design back to fill his board. And he also kindly sent me this one, Henry Eaton Builders Manchester. So imagine they're coach builders. And this is a brass sort of hubcap what's had a life. And I wonder if anyone knows anything about Henry Eaton Coach Builders Manchester. I imagine they must have, if they're making hubcaps like this, they were probably making a lot of other things as well. So that's interesting. And I'm really pleased about the extra size. So I have a 7-inch as well. So have on this size I've got a 6. I think I marked my 7 as an 8, but now I have 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13 and 14. I can't seem to get any of the bigger sizes like the 18. I've got a few 18s in the other sizes, but a lot of them tap out about 14. Very hard. Like, I don't have anything other than a 14 and an 18. I've never seen a 15, 16 or 17 in any size of any of these designs ever. So I don't think they made them. I think they sort of capped out at 14 and then went to 18. But maybe they're out there in small numbers, but I've never seen them personally. But I do like collecting these double bar, single bar, coach wrenches, whale ray wrenches, double action wrenches, whatever they call them. I really like them, and I enjoy collecting, so that's really good. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty pleased with this haul. I think there's some good items. I'm especially pleased with this very early Butcher wrench. It's fantastic. You can just make out Butcher and Co. It's a really magnificent design, and this is a special spanner, and I'm really delighted to have it. So thanks for watching. I think I'll get these items put away now. I've waffled on enough. All right. Right guys, so let's put this away. We've got this wonderful new Presto bicycle spanner, which is way more legible than its counterpart. So that'll go in the bicycle sort of spanner drawer, which is, I do like sometimes if a wrench is really good, I will have 2 of them, because, why not, live the dream. So that's a nice addition. I'm quite pleased about that. And then down here, we've got some sort of coach wrench drawer. So we have the quite nice fancy double bar coach wrenches, then the generic ones, and then we have the very, very early ones, and then we've got the best double bar wrench where it's got the big sort of hips on it. So that's nice to have another size, 1 inch bigger. So I've got 6, 7, 8, I think 10, 12, 13, 14. Would like to find a bigger one of those. I suspect that there is an 18-inch version, because there is an 18-inch version of the other 3 designs. So I'm kind of hoping there will be one at some point. But anyway, pretty pleased about that. Then we've got my finest drawer, I would say, or one of my finest drawers. And then we've got this very rare slide spanner, which is a new addition. And then I'm going to put the Butcher one in there temporarily as well. I think both of those are fantastic additions. I'm really pleased. Thank you ever so much, Adrian. And then we've got this wonderful little penknife to go in the penknife drawer. And then I'll go over to the shed now for the other drawer. Right, so last but certainly not least, we've got the wonderful, I still don't know how to say it, Ibbotson or whatever, Botson Brothers,